Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I haven't really introduced myself in this series. So I am primarily a massage therapist, but I have definitely been a spiritual seeker my whole life and um, lead different movement classes here at our downtown studio. And we really try to embody an atmosphere of supporting each other as a whole. So minds, body, emotional body, and our spirit body. So we will be exploring some of that today. And also, I'm trying something a little different this time, sitting on the floor. So I have my yoga blankets here to give me a cushion and lift up the sit bones a bit. And if my knees get uncomfortable, I will be listening to my body in this position and, um, you know, adjust as needed. So we will begin kind of tuning in. We can rub the palms together and tune in to our energy body. And do a little check-in just to assess how are you feeling as we begin, starting to connect to our breath, slowing the breath down. Nice deep breaths here. Then we want to also tune in to our physical body. Do a little scan of where we might be holding tension, getting ourselves comfortable. Releasing tension from the neck, from the shoulders. Check in with the spine. Today we are going to be connecting in with the physical body and with the root, the base of our physical body, our root chakra, and how that supports us physically and energetically. So, our pelvic floor is the seat physically of our root chakra, and we can connect with that physically by lifting that pelvic floor up towards our belly button, towards the navel. And you might notice that it helps straighten the spine, supports a little bit of a lift at the top of the head, at the crown. Lifting what it's called in yogic practice, the Mula Bandha, the rectum, sex organs, up, lifting them up to the navel. Taking a few breaths here with that lift, and then go ahead and let everything relax. And so, as we go through today's meditation, that can be something that you just bring your awareness to and add to the physical portion of your meditation. Um, Definitely, I think what's been on my mind and heart this week is just the interweaving, really, of all of the aspects of our lives. So, I hear a lot the mind, body, spirit. Um, and it is too bad that in that phrase that has become so well known and so popular, it has left out the emotional body. So there's really four bodies that we should be aware of and tune into. So if you are ever in the day-to-day feeling a little out of balance, this root chakra exercise of the lifting the pelvic floor is amazing, and the immediate effect that it can have on helping us ground and regain our balance. And when we cultivate that experience in our physical body, it emanates, it spills over into the other layers. So into our emotional body, into our mental body, and into the energetic spirit body. I am exploring a new book this month, which I know is probably going to be, all the words will be backwards for you guys, but I wanted to just read a little excerpt from the beginning of this today, because I think it really summarizes what components, like all the things you might be trying to do or accomplish with meditation. So, in meditation practice, we explore the ways we relate to our own experiences and to our motivations for change. We look at the degree of concentration, mindfulness, and love that we bring to bear on whatever may be happening in our lives. Our efforts in meditation are directed toward opening, toward knowing what we feel, toward remaining awake to the suffering and joy we encounter. This is meditation as a way of life, a way of recapturing our lives so we can delight in the integrity, joy, and peace that arise from understanding the truth of who we are. So this is from a book written by Sharon Salzberg, A Heart as Wide as the World. And yeah, it's definitely backwards for you guys, but so a spiritual path can often lead us into thinking that we need to do something to improve ourselves, make ourselves better. But if we look at the teachings and that we are created in the image of the divine creator, then how can we make it any better? And I was really realizing this week that the real goal is acceptance. So, exploring who we are, to accept who we are and the qualities and circumstances that we have to work with this time around. And it brings me also back to the thought of faith that we worked with in the first meditation of this series. So it's interesting that Charles Fillmore, and I'll show you guys another inspiration that I've been looking into right now. So this is the 12 power meditation exercises, and it's based off of the work of Charles Fillmore. So it's very interesting that he places faith in our mental center. And so we started this series with the pineal gland meditation. And it occurred to me that working with acceptance of the circumstances and qualities that we have in this particular lifetime is also really an exercise of faith. And having faith in everything having divine timing. And so a lot of us are coming from out of a society that has very much dismantled these aspects of ourselves. Uh, so separation of these aspects, and we're really coming into a time where it's time to recognize and weave them all back together. So last week we focused on weaving together the heart and the mind with heart brain coherence. And so this week I want to bring together our root base chakra. So we have a little affirmation or mantra that we can bring to mind as we settle into quiet and silence and focus on the breath. For the root chakra, I am strong in my faith. I am being lifted out of fear and doubt. I am secure in the protective love and power of God. And you are welcome to replace that word God with any word that is more comfortable or meaningful for you. I feel like that word has a lot of baggage. So I will occasionally bring us back to these phrases to help the mind stay tuned in. So again, just getting the body ready to be in stillness. Sometimes we need to wiggle out a little bit of the tension. And although I'm sitting cross-legged, you probably will see me move my legs around as one foot did already start to fall asleep a bit. So whether you're in a chair or sitting on the floor, however you're most comfortable meditating, either way, it's helpful to have a bit of a cushion under the sit bones to help lift the whole spine. So again, tuning in to the breath. letting the eyes gently close. And we can bring our attention to the base of our spine, the root chakra. The pelvic floor can lift and create that physical connection. In yoga tradition, the lifting is called the root lock, and it actually can help us send our energy up the spine. For all the work in any chakra, any aspect of our energy body, we're really going for balance. And meditation is a way, a practice for us to tune in order to recognize what it feels for ourselves, that sensation of balance. Tuning in to the breath. And the affirmation phrase for today: I am being lifted out of fear and doubt. I have a little bit of a red light going behind me to remind us the root chakra color is red. And if it helps to visualize, we can bring a beautiful red light. Let it glow, let it grow from the root chakra. We can use the lift of the pelvic floor to draw that light up through the system. Just focusing on the feeling that is invoked when we bring to mind our affirmation. I am being lifted out of fear and doubt. I am secure in the protective love and power of my higher self. If the mind wanders, bringing it back to the breath. We always have the breath with us. Affirmation for the root chakra. I am strong in my faith. I am being lifted out of fear and doubt. I am secure in the protected love and power of my higher power. As I begin to bring this video to a close, I encourage you, if you have the time and space in your day, to continue in your meditative state. It seems like our world is speeding up all around us. The day-to-day activities, time seems to go so fast. But when we can bring ourselves into this meditative state, slows those minutes down. And that little physical lift of the pelvic floor to bring balance into the body, more balance into your day, can be a nice, gentle physical reminder that our our goal is really to bring this meditative state into all of our daily activities. So whether we are washing dishes or doing taxes or any of the tasks we have in front of us for a day, bring that breath to your awareness. I'm going to bring my hands into prayer pose. Again, physically connecting my thumbs to my sternum. To physically connect to my energetic body, my emotional body. Noting how I may feel more calm, more grounded here as I wrap up my focused practice for today. With the goal of bringing this with me into the rest of the day and the rest of the week. And I hope that everyone can continue to find these live videos throughout the week as a helpful nudge. If it is helpful for you to have someone to meditate with, these videos are here for you. I'm going to close my meditation practice with a bit of a chant, a vibrational toning. I have seen this vibration referenced as a heart chakra tone. So the vibration is YUM, Y-U-M, with a focus on the U and the M. Just taking a nice deep breath, release before I begin the vibration. Yeah. Really letting it resonate. It also came across my awareness this week that the vibration of perhaps was the first sound of the universe. I thank you all for joining me today, and heartfelt gratitude to everyone that may watch this during the week. Sending you best wishes for a grounded, balanced week ahead until we see each other again next Friday. Namaste to all of you. Thank you and have a great week.